Them trying days will come. You need a place to hide, someone to you can run. He'll never forsake his own. He's standing right there. But we find a place to hide. We choose to live in fear. But the devil's a lie.
Those who are new to the program, I want to say thank you. For those who's been rocking with us for a long time, I also want to say thank you as well. If this content gives you any value whatsoever, please hit the subscribe button and also hit that ring notification. And please join us every Thursday live right here for the Truth Be Told Flex podcast, where it be myself, Iyob and Yahu, and it also be Tsaphah Yoshayahu as well. I'm going to get right to it. I'm not going to waste no time. News feeds just kept popping into my phone, left and right, left and right, left and right, about Michael Irvin. You know how they do when they be priming us on certain things, right? They want to keep this here in the front of our mind. They want us to always be distracted with these types of things. So I'm not here to give you any new development on the Michael Irvin situation or anything like that, because if this is something that you're interested in, you already know what the new developments are. I'm going to be talking on this Michael Irvin story from a common sense side. Me and my son just had a conversation just a few minutes ago, because I'm planning on getting up out of here as soon as I possibly can, as soon as the Most High make a way for me to get out of here. And I asked him a question as we was talking about it. As Black people, why do we want to stay here? Why would we want to stay here anyway? Let's go somewhere where we could be amongst our own people is the question. From a common sense side, we know that Michael Irvin is suing Marriott, right, for $100 million. But the more information started coming in and flooding my news feed, I started thinking to myself, and I sent this text to my co-host Iyob and Yahu. I was like, bro, I say Michael Irvin should also sue the NFL Network, and he also should sue ESPN as well. We know that he's suing Marriott because all of this comes off of the heels of what Marriott did to him. The complaint came from a white woman to Marriott. Marriott got on the phone and called the NFL Network about this, and NFL Network took Michael Irvin off of the assignment of the Super Bowl. Then Marriott came back behind and said that he was no longer welcome in their hotels. Now, the problem with this is that there was no investigation whatsoever done to substantiate the allegations that Michael Irvin was accused with. They went right to judgment. He was convicted off of the top. Why is that? We know. I'll give you a few minutes to think about it. Okay, time is up. He was convicted off of the top because he's Black. Oh, there you go again, pulling the race card. You tell me, how am I wrong? So you telling me that if Troy Aikman had got these same allegations called against him, that he would have been pulled off the assignment that quick before an investigation had taken place? No. What about Joe Buck? No. What about Greg Olson? No. It moved as fast as it did because he has to be guilty. And the reason I say that he should sue NFL Network and also ESPN, because Michael Irvin has spent years on rebuilding his brand. And he did that. I'm going to be honest with you. In the DFW area, Michael Irvin had always been loved. He's one of the greatest wide receivers that ever put on a star in the number 88, right? But out past Dallas and out past Irvin and out past Fort Worth, Michael Irvin was just known as a dopehead that was out there wilding, crackhead that was out there wilding. This man spent years to rebuild his brand, and he did a really, really great job of it. And then here comes somebody with some allegations, and no one took the time to investigate to see if what she said holds water before you went right in and set this guy back 25 years. See, this is the problem when things like this happen. Because if it comes out that she was lying, it don't matter because you took him off the assignment. You done ran him through the media. You done banned him from your hotels, which means now, even though he was proven to be innocent, he still got to rebuild his brand again from scratch. NFL Network, you deserve to be sued as well because you did not protect your guy. I'm going to ask the same question that I was asking on the podcast a couple of weeks back. When is enough enough? When are we going to get tired of this? Why do we keep playing their games? Why do we keep wanting them to accept us? My son was telling me a story about a black comic book company. I can't think of the name of it right now. But he was saying that in this comic book, there was going to be a breakout series, and he had the black superhero on the cover with his black girlfriend, and they were showing black love, and DC shot it down and said, that's dangerous. See, that's the problem. We don't have our own stuff. We always got to go through the middleman, which we know who the middleman is. Once we have our own stuff, then we can do things the way that we want to. But we keep playing around with these people and we keep allowing them to step on us, man. Michael Irvin was guilty from the start. Why? It was easy to say, yep, he did it. We don't need no investigation. And what's crazy to me is that Marriott don't want to release the video. Why do you think they don't want to release the video? Because I'm more than sure that there's not a whole lot to see in the video that substantiate what he's accused of. Now, Marriott is trying to backpedal and try to move away from the hotel and say that it's not them. They just lease their brand to them. But Marriott, I'm sorry, it don't work like that, because when you get good reviews, you want to be a part of that. So now you got to be a part of this ugliness as well. Nobody cared about what this was going to do to this man's future. Brett Favre out here stealing money from poor black people. Ain't nobody talking about it. Nobody talking about it. Ben Roethlisberger was a known rapist. Very little was discussed about that. Then you had that white linebacker. I want to say he played for Seattle. I can't think of his name. I done had enough time to pull his name. Forgive me. But he beat up his black girlfriend. Ain't nothing happened to this boy. And here Michael Irvin is. He didn't get drunk at the bar, cussing out people, throwing up on people, walking around, grabbing on women, or none of that there. He was accused of something that has not been proven. But his name and his reputation is being drugged through the ringer. All because he's black. We get absolutely no respect here. None. But yet for some strange reason, we love it here. So yeah, $100 million lawsuit against Marriott. I feel that it's very well deserved. But the NFL Network, you should have to pay up too. ESPN, you should have to pay up as well. And the female that did the accusing, if it is found out that you're lying, you should be put on blast. Now let's move on to the next story as to where I got the title. He is wrong, Boosie, but he is right, Dwayne Wade. Make this make sense to me. Boosie has a daughter, which is his oldest daughter. She goes by the stage name of Poison Ivy. Poison Ivy just came out not long ago as being a lesbian. Everybody has heard what Boosie has to say about the homosexual community. And for that, Boosie, I do want to give you applause because you have strong legs and you are standing up for what it is that you believe. You have not backed down. You have not said anything different. You have not, you know what I'm saying, wavered on what it is that you said. You said what you said, and that is that. So now your daughter done came out as being lesbian. Of course, people is going to be throwing microphones in your face to see if your tone has changed. So he has an interview with Vlad. Vlad, get right to it. Your daughter. Yeah. She just came out as lesbian. Yeah. So what do you think about that? Boosie goes on to proceed and say, look, I love her to death, but I'm not going to accept it. And with those words, Boosie got an array of backlash from everybody, as if he's a bad parent. Now, the operative word in this is, I love her to death. But the negative word, according to this world that we live in, aka Babylon, I can't accept it. How is it that you are going to equate acceptance with love? Is that not our job as parents, to correct you in righteousness? Is that not our job as parents, to tell you when you're wrong and when you are right? If I love you, that means that I cannot allow you, or that means that I cannot accept or go along with everything that you do. But you want to say that Boosie is wrong. You got one guy that was on Fox Soul saying about, well, I really want to know how he really feel about this in private. This is what he said in public. We know that he has a whole lot more to say about this in private. It don't matter what he got to say in private. What he said in public was, I love my daughter to death, but I don't accept it. He said, this is what I really like what he said. He said, I don't want nobody in my family to feel like this is right. And principles. Those are principles. He don't have to accept her lifestyle. And he went on to say, look, man, my daughter is grown. She make her own money. She could do what she want to do. In my opinion, it's just my opinion. Never did he say anything negative. Never did he say, I'm going to kick out the house. Never did he say, oh, I can't stand her. He said, look, my opinion is my opinion. She going to do what she want to do, but I don't accept it. But at the end of the day, Boosie, what's that? I love her to death. I can rock with that. That's standing on your own two legs. That's not being persuaded by the masses of idiots that is in this world, that is forcing people to go by an agenda that they know is wrong. This is the words of Boosie. In 10 years, y'all looking for what? An all homosexual world. That's what they looking for. How you gonna tell this man that he a bad parent? In fact, I think he's a remarkable parent. I don't know a whole lot about Boosie. I'm going to be honest with you. Never heard his music before until yesterday. After he said that, I went to Apple Music. I pulled up one of his songs, listened to what it was. And I ain't even listened to the whole song, but I at least wanted to know a little bit about him, about some of his music, right? But I think he's a remarkable parent. And this is the reason why. Because Ivy, for the rest of her life, you know what she gonna remember? That my daddy don't accept this. Ivy loves her daddy. I've seen several interviews of Ivy. Very intelligent young lady. Very articulate young lady. And she's always going to remember, hey, my daddy don't accept this. And that's what Boosie is supposed to do. And that's what the scriptures say. When you bring up a child in the way that they should go, that when they are older, that they may depart from it, but when they are older, they'll come right back to it. See? This world got people's minds all mixed up, thinking that everything that they want to do is natural and this is the way that it's supposed to be. No, you're wrong. It's not natural. It is a lifestyle because you choose to do this here. It's a form of population control. And I don't appreciate you down in Boosie. And I'm not a Boosie fan, but I don't appreciate you down in Boosie because he don't agree with your agenda. Then we got Dwayne Wade on the other hand, right? This guy that's in a relationship with a witch. This guy who has absolutely no backbone whatsoever. Article came out on the 25th of February in the U.S. top 5 stories. And the headline of the article is Dwayne Wade's daughter, Zaya, legally granted name and gender change 3 years after coming out as a transgender. The paragraph starts off, celebratory occasion. Congratulations are in order for Dwayne Wade's daughter, Zaya Wade, whose name and gender change was legally granted 3 years after she came out as transgender. It says Dwayne Wade's strong bond with daughter Zaya through the years. A judge approved the 15-year-old something popped up on my screen to where I can't finish reading the article, but that's okay. That's not gonna stop this here. A judge approved that this boy could legally change his name and legally change his gender. So now we all is supposed to call this boy a girl. We're all supposed to call Zion Zaya. Boosie gets smashed in the media for saying that I love my daughter to death, but I don't agree with it, while Dwayne Wade get applauded for being daddy of the year for accepting his, at the time, 12-year-old son saying that, hey, I want to be a girl. Well, you ain't even lived long enough to know anything about anything, but yet you come and tell me you want to be a girl. As a father, Dwayne Wade, you were supposed to take your boy by the hand and say, look, man, I need to teach you how to be a man. That's what the world is scared of. They scared of men. This is why they're trying so hard to effeminate men. They want to get that mind state out of strong men and bring an emotional spirit into this world. Men stand up and say what they mean. I love her to death, but I don't accept it. S-back Negroes be like, okay, that's fine. You want to be called Zaya? We'll call you Zaya. You want to get legally transformed? We'll get you legally transformed. Wade, you're going to have to pay for that, son. You're going to have to pay for that. Woe unto this world, and woe unto them that call evil good and good evil. Y'all keep poking the bell. I got something to read out of the book of Isaiah here. This is Isaiah chapter 13, and I'm going to start at verse 11. It said, and I will punish the world for their evil and the wicked for their iniquity. I will cause the arrogance of the proud to cease. I will lay low the haughtiness of the terrible. I will make men more precious to find gold, even a man than a golden wedge of Ophir. Therefore, he says, I will shake the heavens, and the earth shall remove out of her place in the wrath of the Lord of hosts, and in the day of his furious anger. And it shall be as a chased rope, and as a sheep that no man taketh up. And shall every man turn to his own people, and flee every one to his own land? Everyone that is found shall be thrust through, and everyone that is joined unto them shall fall by the sword. The children also shall be dashed to pieces before their eyes. Their houses shall be spoiled, and their wives ravished. Behold, I will stir up the Medes against them, which shall not regard silver, and as far as gold, they shall not delight in it. Their bows shall dash the young men to pieces. They shall have no pity on the fruit of the womb. Their eyes shall not spare children. Why is all of this calamity going to happen? What is going to make the Most High so mad that he is going to shake the heavens and remove earth off of her foundation? What is going to happen that is going to cause him to let the Medes come in and bash children's heads and kill babies while they're still in the womb? I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. This abominable spirit that is in this world, which is do as you want to do. It's okay. Yeah, we know you was born a boy, but it's okay if you want to identify as a girl. We know you was born a girl, but it's okay if you want to identify as a boy. It's okay. That right there is called poking the bear. And I can guarantee you that you do not want that bear to get roused. Because when that bear have to stand up in his throne, you're going to be in trouble. Dwayne Wade, Gabrielle Union, you're going to have to answer for the wrongs that you did to your son. You're going to have to answer to that. Lil Boosie, I don't agree with your music. I don't agree with a whole lot of stuff that you say. But I do agree with you standing on your own two legs and you saying, hey, I love my daughter to death. Ain't nothing going to change that. But I don't agree with it. And I don't want nobody else in my family to agree with it. Boosie out there making a legacy for himself. I don't know how many kids this boy got. And if he's out there making a legacy for himself, don't you know that he also want to reap grandkids as well? And here you talking about you gay. You robbing him. You robbing him of something that he's giving you. If you value your life, whoever you are, you should be anti-gay, because you would not even exist if everybody thought the way that you think, if your parents think the way that you think. You only exist because of a heterosexual relationship. First commandment given to man was what? Be fruitful and multiply. This is Shear, Yashub, Judah. Catch us Thursday tomorrow night on the Truth Be Told Flex podcast, where to be me, Iyob, Yahu, and also Tsaphah, Yoshayahu. If you have not subscribed, please subscribe to us. Please share the content as well. Till next time, this is Truth Be Told Flex podcast Extra. Shalom.